Hello, I'm Adam Newman. This is my official YouTube channel. Please subscribe and support them. The Young and the Restless Spoilers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a wild Thursday, and we have so much to unpack about Genoa City. Grab your coffee and get comfortable, because things are getting absolutely insane on the show and we need to talk about it right now. So let's just jump right into the absolute madness that just went down at the Abbott Mansion. I honestly cannot even believe what we are watching right now. Diane Jenkins is back. She just suddenly appeared at the Abbott Mansion after being missing for what feels like an absolute eternity. And you guys, she is not the same woman. She is not the gentle, loving wife that Jack has been desperately searching for. Not even close. And I mean, we all knew something bad was going to happen, right? We saw the signs. We saw the setup. But seeing it actually play out on screen is just a whole different level of crazy. So Jack and Kyle are just sitting there in the living room, probably drowning in their own misery and worry. And suddenly the door opens. And there she is, Diane, just standing there. Jack practically trips over his own feet to get to her. He is crying. He is overwhelmed. He is just so incredibly happy that the love of his life is finally home and safe. He thinks the nightmare is over. Kyle is right there with him, bursting into tears, so thrilled that his mother is back. But then the mood just completely drops. Like, it hits a brick wall. Jack goes in for this massive, emotional hug, and Diane just stands there like a statue. She doesn't hug him back. She doesn't smile. She doesn't cry tears of joy. She just looks at him, and the look in her eyes, you guys, it was chilling. It was pure, unfiltered hatred. She looked at Jack Abbott like he was the devil himself. Honestly, my jaw was on the floor. I mean, we know why she is acting like this, but Jack doesn't. Jack has no idea. Jack thinks she is just traumatized from being kidnapped. He thinks maybe she is in shock. But we know the truth. A few episodes ago, we saw the horrifying truth. Victor Newman, the mustache himself, he is behind all of this. Let's back up for a second and talk about that, because we really need to process what Victor has done. Victor literally kidnapped Diane. He locked her in that dark, sealed, terrifying room, and when she woke up, she had complete amnesia. She couldn't remember anything. She was totally blank. And what does Victor do? He walks in wearing a creepy mask, plays the hero, and tells her that he is her friend. He completely brainwashed her. He filled her empty, vulnerable mind with all these lies. He convinced Diane that Jack was the one who harmed her. He convinced her that Jack abandoned her, that Jack is the villain, and that Victor is her only savior. It is so sick. It is just so messed up. I mean, Victor has done some terrible things in his life. We have watched him do terrible things for decades. But this, taking a woman who has no memory and twisting her mind so completely that she hates her own husband, that is a new low, even for Victor. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. It is psychological warfare on a level that is just hard to watch. So now Diane is back in the Abbott house, and she is basically a ticking time bomb. Jack is hovering over her, trying to be so sweet and gentle. He is offering her tea. He is asking if she needs a doctor. He is just being the ultimate devoted husband. And Diane is just glaring at him. She thinks this man is a monster. She thinks his kindness is all an act. Every time Jack touches her arm, you can see her flinch. You can see the disgust on her face. And poor Kyle, honestly, my heart breaks for Kyle right now. He just got his mom back a few years ago after thinking she was dead for most of his life. They finally built this beautiful relationship, and now she is looking at him like he is a stranger who's working with the enemy. Kyle is trying so hard. He is pulling out photo albums. He is telling her stories about their past. He is bringing up Harrison, hoping that maybe, just maybe, the mention of her grandson will spark something in her brain. But nothing is working. The brainwashing is just too deep. Victor really did a number on her. But here is the kicker. Here is the part that literally had me screaming at my television. Diane isn't just sitting there being cold. She is actively working against them. She is a spy, a literal sleeper agent, living in the Abbott mansion. While Jack and Kyle are in the other room trying to figure out how to help her, Diane is sneaking away to secretly contact Victor. Yes, you heard me right. She is reporting back to Victor Newman. She is telling him every single move the Abbotts are making. She is giving him the inside scoop on Jack's business plans. his emotional state, everything. Victor is using Diane's mind as his ultimate weapon to destroy Jack. What were they thinking? Who actually believes this is going to end well? I mean, the fans on social media are absolutely losing their minds over this. Half the people are furious at Victor for crossing such a massive line, and the other half are just exhausted seeing Jack get tortured again. Let's be real, the writers love making Jack suffer. It is like their favorite hobby. Think about it. Just last week, Jack was losing his mind thinking Patty Williams was the one who took Diane. He was so terrified because of Patty's crazy history. He thought Patty had done something unspeakable to his wife. And all the while, it was Victor. Victor was the one pulling the strings. And now Victor has planted Diane right back into Jack's life. Not as a wife, but as a weapon. It makes you wonder how long this can possibly go on. How long can Diane pretend to tolerate Jack while secretly plotting his downfall? And how long will it take for Jack to realize that the woman he loves is the very person trying to destroy him? Jack is a smart guy, usually. But when it comes to Diane, he has a massive blind spot. He loves her so much that he is willing to overlook all the red flags. He is going to excuse her coldness. He is going to blame it on the trauma of being kidnapped. He is never going to suspect that she is working with Victor. And Victor is just sitting in his office, probably smirking, looking at his phone as the messages from Diane roll in. It is infuriating. It really is. But at the same time, I can't look away. It is classic soap opera drama, but it feels so much darker this time. I just keep thinking about the concept of forgiveness here. Forgiveness is a huge theme on this show. People do terrible things to each other and eventually they forgive and move on. But forgiveness is a luxury right now. It is completely off the table. How can Jack ever forgive Victor for this? How can Kyle ever forgive Victor for doing this to his mother? And honestly, how will Diane ever forgive herself when she finally gets her memory back and realizes what she has done to her own family? Because you know she will get her memory back eventually. That is how these things work. One day, she is going to bump her head, or look at a specific photograph, or hear a certain song, and it is all going to come rushing back. And when it does, the guilt is going to absolutely crush her. She is going to realize that she was a pawn, a weapon. But until then, we are stuck watching this incredibly painful, slow-motion train wreck. We have to watch Jack pour his heart out to a woman who despises him. We have to watch Kyle try to fix a mother who doesn't want to be fixed. And we have to watch Victor win, for now at least. Honestly, I am a bit tired of Victor always winning. It feels like every single storyline eventually loops back to Victor being 10 steps ahead of everyone else. I just want Jack to get a win. Just one solid win against Victor. Is that too much to ask? Probably. So, yeah, that is where we are at. Diane is home, but she is not really home. The Abbott mansion is basically a war zone right now, and Jack doesn't even know he is under attack. It is brilliant writing, I will admit that, but it is so hard to watch. I am stressed just talking about it. I guess we just have to wait and see what Diane's first major move is going to be. What kind of information is she going to give Victor that will actually hurt Jack? Will it be about Jabot? Will it be something personal? Whatever it is going to be devastating. All right, I am going to wrap this up before I start rambling even more. This storyline is just a lot to process. Let me know what you guys think about all of this madness.